Welcome to Grab Her by the Mic, the podcast for women who are one tantrum, one iced coffee, and one elf-related breakdown away from completely unraveling. Today, we're diving into the Elf on the Shelf surveillance state, launching our very serious Grab Her by the Mic dictionary, surviving Philsy's secret acrostic poem, obsessing over Korean skincare like 2 dehydrated raisins, and unveiling our attachment-style quiz results that explain every red flag we've ever ignored. Let's get into the chaos by starting with recap and rosé. Pour a glass of wine, spill about our weeks, and catch up.
It's recap and rosé, the part where they relive their week like it was national news.
You go first.
Okay, I'll go first. I had a pretty frantic week. I feel like I'm getting ready to go overseas, but I had probably one of the harder mornings with the kids this week. My aim is to get out of the house at 8 o'clock. That morning, it was just complicated and there was tantrums and I want a probiotic. No, I want a probiotic.
Do they have the little sachet powder probiotics?
Yes.
They're really sweet and they're like crack for kids. We'll put a link in the show notes to those.
And then they do like a cough because they like half inhale it. And
honestly, can't be good for their lungs.
No.
They're just inhaling so much powder.
The fighting over everything. And then my husband needed to go to physio and I was like, I just got to get out the door by 8 o'clock. So 8 o'clock hits and I walk out the door and I'm like, I'm so excited for the next 5 minutes. I get to just sit in the car. And as I'm standing there, he says, Mum, I've got a new trick. And I'm like, okay, mate. And he's like at my feet and he's looking up at me and he says, watch this, Mum. And with the most almighty heave, he lifts his legs up and he flings his croc off his foot. But the croc comes up and smacks me in the face so hard. In the nose, my eyes started watering. Questionable dirt. I don't know where that croc's been.
I always worry about the Crocs because they're my chicken coop shoes. So they're always covered in chicken shit. So I don't want any croc near my face.
No, the croc is a feral shoe. For that reason, like I can throw it in the washing machine. And he's a boy. Like he's not good. Like he wheezes on it.
Just thinking he's
But
pissed
I
on
had
that
my
croc.
beautiful 8 o'clock makeup fresh in the morning and I had a croc smear on my face. And I'm like, what on earth just happened? How this tiny little foam shoe completely assaulted me at 8 o'clock in the morning. And Hamish just goes, cool, Mum, hey. And I was like, I couldn't believe what had just happened. And Pat just walks out the door and he's like, are you going? And I wanted to say, I don't think he just realized what has happened.
Been assaulted by a croc.
Assaulted by a foam shoe. And it's a real croc. It wasn't like a Temu croc.
We had the real Crocs and then Mabel lost her real... Actually, I take that back. I left her Crocs on the roof of the car in Culburra Beach when we went.
I remember we went back looking for them.
We went back looking for them and I thought surely we're going to see a tiny pink croc on the highway. No. So she has big W Crocs.
Anyway, that was a pretty good week for me.
So your whole week focused on getting assaulted by a croc.
But I couldn't get past it because every morning I keep reliving the moment. You know when
Slow-mo.
Slow-mo, can't stop thinking about it. The almighty kick and force behind that croc.
But just the like, how cool am I, Mum?
Yeah.
Don't mind that you've now got shit on your face.
And all sorts of other things. Beautiful lipstick was smeared up my face. And I was just standing there thinking, all I wanted to do was get in the car.
Without them.
Without them.
Yeah, fair enough.
And I want to launch those crocs across the road. But I did say to him with my finger, I said, if you ever kick me in the face with a shoe again, Mummy will cry.
Just do it to him.
Yeah, I thought about
Abuse. A little bit of abuse every now and then in your fantasies isn't bad.
I did have visions of the croc and throwing it back at him and I thought I can't be that person. But otherwise, that's all I can focus on after my week.
Fair enough. My turn?
Your turn.
I just want to pull out something that you probably should have mentioned, but we
Oh my God.
launched this week.
No, I'm so frazzled.
You've just done no work. So you're like, am I trying to edit 4 episodes at once?
I know.
We launched this week. It's very exciting. We have 9 followers on Spotify. 9.
No.
And I know only 3 of them. Okay, so we did the photo shoot anyway. We used a prop, which was a fallen tree in my backyard. Big tree fallen. There is a photo of us in the photo shoot, which if you're watching us on YouTube, which hopefully you are, you can see all the references that I'm talking about right now. I'll just like slide them in because that's another thing I'm editing without Philippa. I decided to get in a tree. You're like, no, don't get in the tree. I'm not getting you down. I'm like, trust me, it's going to be great. Hang on the tree, right?
I just was not for it. It was such a good photo.
So anyway, that goes up. My mother I just have to get my phone out. I just want to make sure I go word for word as to what my mother said. She didn't comment anything about us launching the podcast.
No.
I never mentioned it to her. I just wanted to get the praise without having to ask for the praise. I wanted them to tell me how amazing I was without asking for the praise. So all I got from my mum was a text message with a screenshot of the tree photo and a text message saying, "Did the wind really break the tree?"
I was with you when you got it.
As in, the weight of you hanging on the tree is what caused the 25-year-old Chinese elm to fall down, not the wind.
Not the wind.
Fat bitch.
She's fat shaming you.
She fat shaming me. All I said was fucking rude.
Did she reply to that?
Yeah, she said, "Is it the same tree?"
No.
Of course it's not the same tree. And then she said, "Treat it kindly. It's a survivor." And I said, "Well, did you like the photo shoot?" She said, "It's great." That's it.
They really don't give us much, do they?
Like nothing.
Nothing.
Anyway, that was part of my week. The other thing that was quite interesting for my week is I've noticed that my daughter, who we know is a little bit terrifying, she's been having rage nightmares. She woke up the other day 2 hours after I put her to bed and I went in like, "Oh, Papa, what's wrong? Like, you okay?" And she was like crying. And she went, "Get out." "What? Why? Like, why?" She's like, "You're mean." I said, "Because I want to calm her down because she's going to wake up her brother. She's going to wake up her father who's asleep on the couch when he should be watching TV with me."
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, "No, like, I'll give you a cuddle." She's like, "I don't want you. I don't want you in here. You're mean. You wouldn't let me have 5 ice creams."
Oh, she was sleeping.
"Were you having a bad dream?" "No, it was a good dream, but you were mean in it." So that was fun, and that's happened twice.
So your mother's coming for you and your daughter's coming
Everyone's
for you.
coming for me. Another thing that happened to us in the past week is we, the book club, school mums, and you are in that group even though you're children, do not go to our school, but you just cannot help yourself.
No, can't help
You
us.
are my forever +1. Perpetual +1. It's like James is like, "I'm going to have a barbecue with my gym friends." I'm like, "Yeah, and Philippa." So we were at this lunch. It was good. It started with 3 margaritas and ended in 4 bottles of wine and us at a friend's house dancing to a husband playing a disco DJ set. And I was crying in the backyard.
Mums at Christmas time, I think we all just got
It
there
went
and
from
were
0
like,
to 9,000.
well, when I started ordering fireball shots,
I'm so sorry, but when did we go back in time to grade 11?
why not?
Like a fireball shot? I cannot.
What do you want to do? Like a wet pussy?
I'd rather that.
It wasn't an establishment that catered to wet pussy shot.
When I got married there, they did rounds of espresso martinis.
Very different.
I see an espresso martini as a child's drink. I want to bring up, like I always say, I love a branding exercise. I love to slap a label on anything. So we are officially launching our Deranged Dictionary.
Yeah.
So this is our official record of words and phrases born from life going slightly off the rails. And while we were at said mums/you lunch, I heard something I've never heard before, and that is a poo jacuzzi.
I couldn't stop laughing.
A Poo Jacuzzi. Someone ordered an espresso martini. It was a Poo Jacuzzi. An espresso martini is a Poo Jacuzzi. Effectively what it is, the murky brown liquid resembles bath water. Those 3 little espresso beans float on top like miniature poo logs.
It's so good.
The Poo Jacuzzi. I mean, I'm not a big espresso martini girl, but I will be referencing Poo Jacuzzis as much as I can. Had you heard it before?
Never.
Never. But we were the only 2 where that was news to us.
Maybe that says something about us.
We need to get more wild and record it.
No, because the photos that we received after that event of you climbing a very expensive car.
I forgot about that. Yeah, I love that car. I want that car. I would like that car in our pink or our plum colour, and it can be a business expense.
Yes, let's put it out there. But we decided that we were doing, I don't know if you remember this, an ad hoc photo shoot.
I don't remember doing any photo shoots.
Well, we decided at the last minute that it was a really good idea whilst these beautiful cars were around that you and I were doing an ad hoc. And I decided that I was going full Tyra Bang.
Amazing.
Yes. However, you decided that climbing the car was a really
The
good.
car had a ladder on it. What was I supposed to do?
What? There was a ladder?
Like it's a car where it's like it's a camping car, but it's really not. But I was like, how much does this tow? Remember?
Your mum's going to have another joke for you on that one.
Yeah, 3.5 tons. She'd be like,
I'm gonna walk it.
She doesn't listen.
She does. It's safe to say that we gave our Christmas lunch a very good nudge.
A nudge. We pushed it off a cliff.
We destroyed it.
We destroyed it.
All I remember is coming home and eating a cheeseburger in the back of my husband's car. And then
I came to your house.
You dropped me home and then my dog got out and I could see you looking for my dog. So I took myself to bed because why were you at my house?
I don't
I'm confused.
know. I don't know why I went to your house. But the cheeseburger, like, it wasn't like we went and got a cheeseburger. I ate your kid's cheeseburger. Your kid fed me the cheeseburger through the back of the car and I was eating it.
I think mine was an old one. I don't even think it was from that day. I think
I
it was
don't know.
just...
It didn't taste like it was from that day. That's for sure.
Anyway, Monday was hard. Monday was real rough. Real rough. Wasn't the croc day. If I'd woken up on Monday and had
Can
the
you
croc to the head, I would have been. That's it. Good times. Good week. Are we up to our hyperfix?
Believe me, I know obsession, I invented it, but these two next level, it's the hyperfix.
Yes, hyperfix of the week. So we're each bringing one thing to the table that just kind of stuck in our minds this week. Your hyperfix. What is your hyperfix of the week?
Hyperfix of the week. Okay, so my hyperfix is the Korean skincare. I've gone and done a few different things. I bought a few things. I've gone onto a website, not sponsored, obviously, because no one cares for us really yet.
No one's listening to us.
But it was a good website. It's called beautyamora.com.
We'll put it in the show notes.
Yeah. I find that you can buy stuff for a really good price. It's really quick delivery. And the more you spend, you get like little free gifts, which means you try more, but you buy more. Couple of things I'm going to recommend is the Medicube range. There's 3 products. There's the vitamin C wipes. They come in like a tub and you get like a little tongue thing and it's got 2 different textures in either side and your skin afterwards is super, super, super vibrant.
How long does it take to see results for that, do you think? Like, how long have you been using it
You
for?
put it on and you put it under your makeup and you can see your results all day. It's instant.
Mm-hmm.
It's not heavy or anything. It's just really bright.
It's a wipe, right? It's a vitamin C serum and a wipe.
Yeah, but some people are quite sensitive to vitamin C because it's quite potent, but this is just enough. And you get this beautiful glow. And then I also top it up at nighttime and I use the vitamin C capsule cream. So it's like a jelly. And within the jelly are these tiny little popping capsules.
Ooh, like boba tea.
Exactly. And as you scoop it out with your scooper and you put it on your skin, it pops and you put it on your face. Lush. Super lush.
And are you keeping track of all these tiny tongs and scoopers? Because I know that I'd lose them straight away.
No, because they go straight back in.
Do you have to clean them?
Why just wipe them? So that's the vitamin C wipes and then the vitamin C capsule cream. And then the zero pore pad in the Medicube is good too.
Zero pore? Is that like a salicylic acid or something?
It's got an AHA, a BHA in it. And it's got something that's like a niacinamide, but it's a little bit different. Again, super glowy, but doesn't feel like you've got anything on your skin.
And these are all wipes?
They're all wipes.
Are they biodegradable? What are we thinking about the environment here?
I don't know. That's something I probably should do. But what I do know is that you can buy the refill.
Love a refill.
Yeah, so you just top it up.
And what are we talking price point on these? Do you know roughly?
$17, $18.
Are you serious?
And you get a deck, thick tub, and it's probably full to the brim.
It's at least a month's worth.
More.
Because I'm spending like $70 for a vitamin C serum that might last me half a month. On your recommendation, by the way.
Yes, but you know how addicted I am to this stuff. But this is one wipe. I only use vitamin C in the morning. I don't really use it at night times.
So do you use it as a jelly at night?
The jelly cream I use at night, but not the capsule part.
Oh, so you got to do the capsules separately.
Yeah, so the jelly is like, there's like a little pod in it. Really cool. But again, like 2 separate things, so you can pop them together and make one cream or just the jelly one.
Okay.
And then the other one is the Beauty by Joseon. There's 2 things. There's a mask, rice mask.
A what mask?
Rice mask.
Rice.
Put it on. The next day you wake up and you're like glazed donut. But you don't have any oil. Like, it's not your actual oil on your skin. It's actually just your skin. It's really nourishing and I could be clean. I'm not too sure on that one. The Dynasty cream.
Okay, what's in the Dynasty cream?
Dynasty cream is like a daily cream, daily moisturizer. It's a water-based one. So you have to make sure that you put a water-based makeup on. If you put an oil-based makeup on, you'll get pilling.
It's a morning cream.
Morning cream. Yep. But super hydrating. You put it on, you can see it on your skin. Again, something about these products is they're actually penetrating you through the dermal layer.
What sunscreen are you using?
I've used a chemical SPF and then I've used an actual physical. Physical I find clogs my pores. So my one that I'm using at the moment is it's actually a Beauty by Joseon one. It's the probiotic and sun cream, SPF 50.
Okay, yeah, that's what I'm keen to try. And is it a physical or a chemical sunscreen?
Chemical.
All the physical sunscreens have come back and they're like 6 SPF. So that's cool.
Yeah, I just don't like the way they feel. I think they're better for you in terms of their clean. And I actually sometimes just use the Cancer Council.
Yeah, that's always good.
It's in my makeup as well.
The most important anti-aging is SPF.
Yep.
So says the world.
So I'd go on there, Beauty and Mora. There's a couple of really good little things. The more you try or the more you buy, you get a couple of little samples. I've got some like snail muke and
Oh, please tell me there's some whale semen on there somewhere.
no sperm semen yet.
Sperm semen?
I mean salmon semen.
Sperm semen? You just said like it's like semen squared is what you said.
So they're my things and they're really cheap.
So it's your Roman Empire this week.
Yeah. I sit on Beauty and Mora and I add to cart, add to cart, add to cart.
Oh, that's healthy. Well, my hyperfocus this week, we put our Christmas tree up a little bit late. So in our family, the elf on the shelf comes when the Christmas tree is up. It's almost like a beacon. Once the tree goes up, then the elf arrives the next day with the advent calendars. So our elf's name is Echo. My kids hopefully won't listen to this because I'm about to ruin everyone's lives. If you have little ears listening, obviously probably turn it off because we're going to ruin the magic of Christmas. So anyway, our elf has come and I love it for the first day.
Did it come with the name Echo?
No, we named it Echo. I named it Echo. I love alliteration. Echo the elf.
Penny just dropped.
Drop, drop, trip, drop, trip. I've just been thinking about it, right? So you got the elf on the shelf. I just feel like it's so anti-Australian culture. The elf on the shelf. There's two things that I'm wondering about. I feel a little bit dirty about the elf on the shelf. First of all, it gives me the greatest anxiety of my whole life. It's the only thing that'll make me sit bolt upright at 3 a.m. that I've forgotten to move that fucking elf. Because, as soon as my kids come in, they'll come in to say, good morning, Mum, good morning. But they'll come in and they'll just be like looking up.
Where's the elf?
Where's the elf? Got to find Echo. Got to find Echo. So I'm worried that they're going to get up, find Echo is still in the same position. And I don't know, they're going to need more therapy when they're older. Just brings a lot of Christmas anxiety. But I also kept thinking about are we just glorifying surveillance culture? Because the whole point of the elf is to go, the elf's watching. So if you do not stop being an asshole, I'm going to go tell Echo, he's going to tell Santa, and you're not going to get any presents for Christmas. It's surveillance culture. And then I was thinking, Aussies in particular, we spend all year telling our kids, don't dob. Don't be a dippy-dobber, don't tattle, be kind. Think about what their perspective is on their side. And then when December 1st hits, we introduce a little tiny red narc whose entire job is to just snitch to Santa on these kids. It just feels totally counterintuitive to the Aussie culture of don't be a dippy-dobber. And it's like, here you go, this tiny little elf is going to watch everything you do and don't take a step out of line. You're not going to get any presents for Christmas and Santa thinks you're an awful child.
So I created my own elf.
Of course you did.
I have an elf, but I kind of
Is it
dropped.
called like Pink Sparkle Tits or something?
Pinky Bit
Tits?
Its name is shit though, I can't remember.
It was sparkly pink something. Sparkles. Pink Sparkle.
Pinky Sparkle?
Pinky Sparkle. That is 100% your porn star name.
No, do you want to know what mine is?
Go on then.
Mutty Brisbane.
I get it. I see that for you. I see that for you.
Mutty Brisbane.
Do you want to know mine?
Yeah.
Frizzy Ambrose.
Frizzy and Mutty.
We were always meant to be.
We were. What a duo. I decided that my elf just is cheeky.
Yeah.
You can't touch it.
Everyone knows you can't touch the elf because if you touch the elf, its magic goes away and it can't go back to Santa. So if I was a child, I'd be touching that elf all the time so that he could not get back and report to Santa.
Hamish touches it all the time.
Yeah, well, Hamish is an asshole.
Totally.
The other thing is, I don't understand how there are all these people online that have the time to make these elaborate elf setups. You go on Pinterest and it's like psychological warfare, really, for me. I'll put the elf and he'll be like, hanging off a light. Ooh, he's up there. Oh, so cute. He's on a light. But then you've got another mum on Pinterest that you're seeing. She's got some elaborate setup. It's got a zip line. It's got a tiny marshmallow jacuzzi. And yeah, no, mine elf is like it's part of a crime scene. Like it's got a little body outline. What is the purpose of the elf? Yes, I get it. Christmas joy, marketing, capitalism, all that kind of stuff. But surveillance culture, not the best thing considering with everyone finding friends and tracking everyone on their phone. People are saying they're worried about glorifying or making kids these days think that sort of tracking behavior, coercive control is okay. And
Yeah. I've never actually thought about it.
this is what I think about. This is my Roman Empire. You're over here scrolling on Korean skincare and I'm worried about the state of the world.
Isn't that us to a T though? It's us to a T, but I get what you're saying.
And you put the Australian flair on it. It's all year. You're like, don't dippy dob. Actually, if that boy did something to you or if that kid kicked you, yeah, dippy dob away.
Do you know what my pet peeve is about it? Is that I try and be really creative and fun. And then the other day, I was like, oh my God, we forgot to move the elf. So I kicked Pat out of bed to be like, quick. I was like, go get coffee. He's like, no, it's too early. And I'm like, coffee. Kids are in bedroom. And he got up and I was like, okay, I'm going to lay in bed with the kids for 10 minutes. You got 10 minutes to make
That's
coffee.
a long time to move an elf.
Well, you know how the pace at which my husband moves at.
No comment.
Anyway, he may as well have just thrown the elf on the floor. The level of effort was shit.
Yeah.
I do 6 7s and
My kids tonight could not get over, what did your elf do? Oh, and then what about Noah?
up high, go to heaven. 6 7.
He said something about penis. Yeah. Oh, up high, up higher, up to Venus, touch your penis.
I was thinking we were going to do some cute little 6 7 thing and hit last.
No, he's over here being a pervert. Yeah, and how he comes in here and you could see the ADHD on him. It was like,
Oh, he was humming with it. It was like you walked into this room. I just looked at him and I was like,
and everyone's like, oh, he doesn't have ADHD. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me?
he came in and couldn't figure out where your car was and how he got home. And I was like, dude, you were in the car. He's like,
Oh, yeah.
that sign's really pretty.
Oh, you're working on episode 5. It's like, go away. Go. God love him.
I love the elf, but I'm so over it already.
What's been your favourite elf setup so far that you've done?
Didn't mind the 6 7 one, but the one this morning was pretty funny.
Were you going to describe the 671 to our listeners?
What do you mean? Oh, we could put a little photo up. I took a photo. Well, I was going to do a snow angel, and then I was like, no, you know what? I'm going to write 6 7. One of my favourite ones was this morning. Clearly, I was in control. The elf hung all my bras up through the lounge room. I had to wear a sports bra to work.
The elf. You hung up all your bras from the
Because
roof.
me, I was like, I really needed that bra today. Kind of kicking myself that I started the tradition. But I agree with you. Kind of a weird one.
It wasn't around when I was a kid.
Neither were podcasts.
This is true. We're old. I get it. You don't have to be a bitch about it.
Just wanted to call you out.
My favourite elf on the shelf that I did recently was I put Echo in the pantry with a marshmallow and I smeared marshmallow powder all over his nose. And I posted on Instagram, don't worry, that's just marshmallow powder on his nose. I don't know, marshmallow powder, it's cancer.
Is it cocaine? Clearly not cocaine.
Okay, anyway, we've dribbled on. Should we move on to our side quests of the week?
Yeah, side quests.
These ladies cannot stay on topic for 5 seconds. This is the side quest.
Let's do it.
You go first. Oh, I'm actually very excited for this. I was very confused when you sent me through your ideas for segments this week and you said something about crocs, which I'm guessing is the Hamish story, but then you said a croconistic or something poem, and I said, are they connected?
Acrostic poem.
Okay, I'm going to leave it to you.
So an acrostic poem basically is letters that you draw down the side of the page, and for each of the letters you write something. So this week I've been at school and they're doing Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays and things like that. And I was like, God, I haven't done an acrostic poem in years.
I've never heard of this before.
Have you not?
No.
Okay.
I'm not very well educated though.
Maybe it's an Aussie thing. So I decided to message our husbands and ask them to do an acrostic poem. Your husband do you and my husband do
You
one.
don't want to
for me.
ask your husband about me?
I could do that next week and see what the update is. It took me about 6 reminder texts to get him to actually talk to me.
My husband? Yeah, because he was like, honestly, can she not take the fucking hint?
Yeah, no, I didn't take the hint. So HANNAH.
Palindrome.
H. Has snacks hidden in every drawer.
He said that.
Yep.
He normally finds them amongst blankets, in the bed, on the couch.
Wait, you got to let me do the flow of the letters.
Okay.
I'm going to go back. H. Has snacks hidden in every drawer. A. Always just 5 minutes late to everything. N. Nurtures with love, laughter, parental look.
To him?
Didn't specify. N. Never answers group texts on time. A. Adds 12 new projects to her list at 3 a.m. And the last H is has 186 tabs open all day, every day.
So if I ever thought that maybe my husband didn't really know or understand me, that tells me that he does.
So then I asked my husband, and I haven't opened it because I asked him to email.
So you haven't actually checked it? This is going to be good.
He did spell my name right, which is always a good bonus.
I can never get in. I swear your name's not spelled how it should be spelled.
No, it's not. Take it up with my mum. Okay, P. Partial to wine.
He's a man of many words.
Yep. Yours did sentences, mine did singular words. Maybe 2 words, max. H. Happy.
Sorry.
I. Illustrated.
What does that mean?
Not sure.
Like Sports Illustrated or like...
Yep, Sports Illustrated. L. Oh my God, I'm offended by this one. Livewire.
He's a plumber, not an electrician, right?
Yeah, yes. Stay in your lane, Patty. I. Imaginative.
Oh, sorry. I thought there was supposed to be 2 L's. I'm so confused.
See?
I know.
P, partier.
Yeah.
Loves a party.
Yeah.
The next P is perceptive.
That's a big word, Patty.
Yeah, Patty did perceptive, 3 syllables. And the last one is A is ambitious. And then I sent you a grocery list. Potato, oranges, and pink lady apples. That's our communication. So my husband did like 1 words. Yours took 6 reminders. Mine sent mine and then I sent a grocery list. I just thought it would be interesting because you always got to do one for yourself, right? When you were a kid. Well, maybe not you, but
I've never done. This is the first I've ever heard of this.
you were doing different things in the States. But in Australia, you used to do.
Something useful.
No, we were out digging in the dirt. So it was really interesting to see what our husbands would write about us because you always write about yourself. But
I never write about myself.
who writes about themselves? No one.
I do a lot of things for everyone else.
Yeah, especially for me.
Do a lot of editing.
Did you edit one of my posts?
Yeah. You know what I did? I went and I added hashtags to all your posts because you had no hashtags on.
Oh, hashtags still a thing though.
Yeah, they are for businesses.
Business my ass. I'm
Honestly,
not doing hashtags.
Yeah, that's fine. You just know I'm going to go and do.
I did the first one, like 6 maybe.
How are people going to discover us if you don't use?
I am not a hashtagger.
You're clearly not in anything. You're not fucking like you're not across anything. You wrote a poem.
Yay! I didn't even write it.
You are someone. You
I got a
delegated.
spray tan and turned up.
You know what? You can wash that blanket.
I'm sitting on it so I don't mark the lounge. Again, the studio's changed this week. All right, that's my
Your side quest.
side quest.
Is there anything else that's burning into your little brain?
Not really.
No quiz results or anything like that.
Oh my God, yes, I have one more segment. Oh my God, I knew that. So I had one more thing. I've been really judging my algorithm and thinking, why are things being sent to me? And I think the more that I look at them and have those thoughts, more weird stuff gets served to me in my algorithm.
That's how the algorithm works.
So I sent you a test to do.
You did, yes.
It was about different types of attachment styles, looking at the different types of attachment styles. So there's secure attachment, there's anxious, there's avoidant, and then there's disorganized.
Okay, and what do they each mean?
So you've got your secure, which is like, I'm good, you're good, we're good, life's fine, we're all good. Then you've got your anxious, it's like, do you still love me? What about now? What about now? Do you still love me? Like, they're
That
very
sounds very
anxious. Avoidant. They have this feeling of no thanks, I'm busy, but kind of keep them at arm's distance when they're ready. And then you've got the disorganized, which is like, come here, I love you. No, actually, I'm really busy, wait. But
Hot
do I
and
love
cold.
you? Hot,
Bit
cold.
of Katy Perry.
Yeah. And then all of a sudden they're like, come back. And this poor other person,
Whiplash.
yeah, what the hell just happened? So I did my quiz,
What prompted you to do the quiz? What prompted you to do it and then send it to me?
kind of looked at it and I didn't actually do it straight away. I was like, why do people do these quizzes? Because I thought, this is just stupid. It's like those Dolly magazines, like who would you marry out of the Home and Away cast? Or I thought, I'm not going to go down this rabbit hole. Well, I did.
Of course you did.
So I looked at why people have different categories and what makes you have your attachment style. And can you only be one and not the other? Or can you be a blend of one and blend of the other? And look, different people say different things, and different research shows that women of different generations
Yeah, I
can
get that.
be completely one way only and not a blend. But I think the more that we're evolving and the more that we're talking about these relationships and past traumas and behaviors and being neurodivergent and things like that, we can identify that you don't actually have to sit in one category when it comes to your attachment style. And you could have had a boyfriend that you were a secure attachment, and then you had another boyfriend who you were, completely the different blend, and you were disorganized and didn't want to borrow him. So I looked at that, and then I looked at going through and going, well, what one do I think I am?
Yeah.
And what one do I test as?
Okay.
So what if I said those to you before you did your test, which one do you think you identify as? Secure, anxious, avoidant, or disorganized?
Anxious.
Anxious. So the anxious one is, do you still love me? How about now? What if I do this? Do you still love me? Do you still love me? Do this? Okay, interesting. What did your test result come back as? Drum roll, please.
Anxious, preoccupied. It's preoccupied I don't remember hearing about.
Yeah. Why? I wonder what your preoccupied is. I mean, I know what your preoccupied is.
You know what my preoccupied is?
I think your brain is preoccupied.
Oh, my brain's like a mess. I got anxious preoccupied. So the characteristics of anxious preoccupied attachment style are: you may feel as though you're less than others. A low sense of self-esteem associated with an anxious attachment style often results in feelings of not being good enough. Self-sacrifice and put the needs of others first. This is often due to a lack of sense of self and your own needs. It's like, I feel like attacked. See, this is what I wasn't sure about. Due to an inconsistent formative period, you may feel as though you're unworthy of love. Thus, you seek external validation and assurance from others in an attempt to prove to yourself that you deserve love. I could not have more smothering love parents and a secure formative period.
But it doesn't have to come from there. So this is what I found out is it doesn't have to come from that love. It could be a love that you had with a certain relationship that's caused you to have this over time. So you could have been a certain way and then this person or this relationship, and it doesn't have to be a boyfriend. It can be friendships. So you could have had a really bad friendship where someone just ghosts you, and these start to develop. You're not born this way, and it's not because of your childhood. It can be.
It's based on relationships, right?
Correct. I actually find it really interesting that it can be a real blend. But why are we categorizing? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, that's what I kind of.
Well, what I found interesting is it obviously tested you on 4 different types of people. It was your mother, your father, your partner, and just general. So my anxiety level with my mother and my father were 1. My general anxiety was 4.67, and my partner anxiety was 3.67.
Yeah, it's wild.
It's wild. What was yours? What did you think you were, and then what were you?
I thought I was disorganized.
Really?
I'm pretty hot and cold.
I've never seen that.
When I thought about it, and the first one is the partner, I was like, yeah, I'm definitely hot and cold, because the more stressed I am, the more cold I am towards Patrick. It's not that we're disconnected, but I'm tunnel visioned and got my blinkers on because there's so much going on. Definitely thought I'd test that, but I am a secure.
Of course you are.
No, but I was shocked.
I'm over here like a piece of blubber.
No, I'm a secure but anxious.
Okay.
Yeah. So secure, anxious came down to my secure in my relationship with my husband and my parents, but my anxiousness comes from being burnt and lacking reassurance in previous relationships. I've kept a lot of emotional distance between myself, creating the anxiety, and that was in the past. Now I feel like anxiety, I don't have time to be anxious about certain things, but when I am anxious, it's saying here that I hyper focus on it and I can't get past it. Once I've made the cognitive decision to move past and no longer be affected by it, I'm done. Where I'm really sitting in it, and then there's an eventual, like a rebirth, I just go, done.
Yeah, I've seen that in you.
And I'm quick to snap out of it, but I can really roll in it for a long time.
Is it just like a horoscope and you're feeding into what they're telling you?
Probably.
Just wondering.
Totally. One thing is that I know that I saw in my test was with friendships as I'm getting older, because I'm selective, I'm more secure. And I'm not selective and I have people around me that aren't there, I feel less secure.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's because at this point in my life, I'm just picking what's really good.
Well, you don't have time for anything else.
I don't.
That's why I like when you've got people that sort of just drop off. I'm not too fussed because I want to put the effort into the people that care as much as I care, because I care really, really hard. I feel hard and I love hard. If someone's not going to meet me on that level, then I can't be bothered.
But look at how many people are in this world. There are going to be people that just don't like me. And I used to really struggle with the fact that that would be someone's feeling.
Yeah.
But I actually now just go, I actually respect it. If you don't, you don't. That's cool. I'm not worried about it. That's something I've really had to learn, because I've never been like that. I've always been really worried about what everyone thinks. And now I'm kind of like, think what you want, but I'm moving on.
See, I find myself acting in different situations in different ways. So I feel like just in general, day to day, I'm like, if they don't like me, that's fine. But at work, I really take everything quite hard. I think that could be just the position that I'm in of wanting to be seen as approachable and neutral as best I can, so that I can do my job effectively. But it does really affect my emotional state, I think, because there's so much stress over.
That means that you're constantly heightened.
100%. I'm constantly changing the way I am and the way I act and my whole personality based on who I'm talking to. It's so exhausting, but that could be a day-to-day. I could talk to someone in one meeting in one way and talk to someone in another meeting in a completely different way.
You're like 50 different characters all day.
It's all the different personalities in my head.
You're method acting all day.
100%.
And you
a little
gotta
bit of
switch
method
up.
acting, a little bit of interpretive dance.
But that was it.
That's it. We can move into our weekly manifest and wrap up.
Weekly manifest. Great. They're doing motivational speeches yet again.
Yeah.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
This week we manifest delusion, good lighting, and the confidence of those 3 espresso beans floating like poo logs in a luxury jacuzzi. Moving our elves before 3 a.m, choosing ourselves and refusing to be undone by skincare, attachment quizzes, or society.
Love it. It's a really good one. I really need it this week.
You do?
Yeah, I do. So relatable. Yeah.
All right. Well, everyone, thank you for listening.
And
We'll see you next Tuesday.
Chaos Correctional. We have a situation, a very serious situation. They were wrong. Again.
Welcome to Chaos Correctional, the segment where we clean up the confident nonsense we said earlier using research, the internet, and just vibes. First up, rage nightmares. What we called rage nightmares aren't a formal diagnosis, but they are consistent with night terrors, emotional processing during sleep, or stress-related parasomnias, especially in kids. Translation, it's just their brains doing admin overnight. Talking about penetrating the dermal layer, most skincare products do not penetrate the dermal layer, and they shouldn't. They work primarily in the epidermis, which is where hydration, exfoliation, and active ingredients actually do their job. If something is reaching the dermis without a needle, then you have a problem. Chemical versus physical sunscreen, which one's actually better? Neither is technically better universally. Chemical sunscreens absorb UV rays and tend to feel lighter on your skin. Physical or mineral sunscreens reflect those UV rays and can suit sensitive skin. When I said the most important anti-aging product is SPF, I was annoyingly very, very correct. Broad spectrum SPF is the single most evidence-backed anti-aging intervention available. Wrinkles, pigmentation, collagen breakdown, sun exposure is the main culprit. Talking about surveillance culture and coercive control, there is growing concern, particularly in child psychology and tech ethics spaces, that normalizing constant monitoring can blur boundaries around privacy and control. That said, Elf on the Shelf is not single-handedly ruining society, but it does accidentally mirror wider tracking culture in a way that makes some parents feel uncomfortable. Let's talk about marshmallow powder. It's usually just corn flour, sugar, gelatin, and flavoring. It's definitely not cocaine, but it can look like it when you smear it on your elf's face in the pantry. Are acrostic poems an Aussie thing? No. Acrostic poems are ancient and global. Australians are just particularly enthusiastic about forcing them on children at social events. Fact-checking Philsy's attachment styles, she was correct. The 4 commonly referenced attachment styles are secure, anxious, avoidant, and disorganized. Most adults do not fit one fixed style. Attachments can vary by relationship and life stage. So you're not broken, you're just contextual. Okay. That's it for Chaos Correctional of episode 5. If we got anything else wrong, we don't really want to know about it. But if we got it right, please tell everyone that we're basically journalists. See you next Tuesday.